We're getting ready for Coffee with Casper. In 2 minutes, we're going to gong ourselves in. Let me know if you can hear me, and all is well. About 30 seconds to see if it goes up. There we are. We're live on Facebook. Let me know if you can hear me. Check in from where we're live on YouTube. That's good news. Yay. Can you hear me? I might have to turn the Bluetooth off. Just go speaker here until we know what we're doing. We're reconnected. Here we go. So we're just waiting for things. We're going to gong ourselves in 1 minute. There we go. Now we're live. Here's Casper. Come on up, Casper. Oops. Let me know where you are if you can hear me. And we're trusting we have audio. There we go. There's the Casper dog. Good morning, good morning. Casper, in 2 minutes, we're going to gong ourselves in. Let me know if you can hear me, and all is well. All right, there's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. Good morning. You can hear me with Bluetooth? Well, I went without Bluetooth. Here we are. We're live on Facebook. Let me know if you can hear me. Check in from where we're live on YouTube. That's good news. Yay. We're getting ready for Coffee with Casper in 2 minutes. We're going to gong ourselves in. Let me know if you can hear me. And all is well. Well, we're having some tech issues. I don't know what's going on exactly. But your comment, let me know that you can hear me and that you're there. Good morning, Pam from up north in the Napa Valley. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. Let me know if you can hear me. We're going to take a big, deep breath in. We're live on YouTube. That's good news. Without the sound. Oh. And then bring our energy up into your heart center. Well, good morning, good morning. Comment for me so I can see you. Those who are watching on Facebook, so I can see you. Looks like we got folks here. I can't see. There we go. Missy Grant Price has joined us. There we go. From North Carolina. And you can hear me now. Now I feel better. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. We all got our energy now in our heart center. And if you saw the poster, thank you, Candace, for the poster. The poster says, the glory of your self-realization. And this is really where we're going to... Good morning, Reginald. Nice to see you this morning. This is really where we're... I'm going to get out of there. I can't find everybody, but we're here live. I know that. Let's go here. There we are. There we are. Good morning from North Carolina. Now we got everybody connected and we're live. I can see your live comments. Sorry about that. We're working on our new mic and we don't have it all outlined yet, but we'll get it fixed by next week, I'm sure. And here we go. So, congratulations to the Dodgers going to the World Series and to the Yankees. That's exciting in the sports. And the football season is going on in this country. Baseball season coming to a close. And political stuff in this country is very much active, and we're working. Hey, Missy Grant, we're working on too many places where violence is breaking out, where war is happening. And so there's a lot of stuff going on the surface. And what we've been talking about here on Coffee with Casper is that which is going on in the surface is everything that's unlike the light is being transmuted and brought back to the surface. And that's what's happening in our day. And it's rugged. And so we as light workers need to remain very well centered. And greetings from downtown Burbank. Good morning. Facebook is up. Tricia Klink is in Moore Park. Becky's in South Carolina. Missy Grant's in North Carolina. We're all checking in. So we need to put our attention on that which is not what the race is doing. We need to put our attention on that which is what we talked about last week, upstairs thinking, that which is recognizing that I am an immortal spiritual being, superior to my mind, to my body, and to my experience. It doesn't mean I don't have a mind, body, and experience, but who I am and what I am, I came from the light as a place in consciousness, as a vibration in the field, and now I have a coat of skins here, and we don't want to get fooled by thinking that we are our coat of skins. We are not our coat of skins. We have a mind, we have a body, and what we are is greater than mind and body. For we are an immortal idea in the mind of the one. And there was a wonderful saying from Meister Eckhart, which we have shared from the 1300s. That he says the soul has two faces. We know this, those of you who've been watching me for Coffee with Casper over these years now, we know that the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, and the other is directing the senses. What has been hard, challenging in the human condition, in the mass, the race consciousness of the masses, is that most people are not listening to that, what the psalmist called the still small voice, what Ernest Holmes called intuition, the voice of God within the human being. So if we're not listening to that intuition and we're watching the world and listening to the world, then we're being hypnotized by the masses instead of paying attention to that which is the glory of life happening in, as, and through us. You can come up one more time. Come up, say hi. Come on, all the way up. That boy. Right? So how do we get to this upstairs thinking? How do we get to a place where we can hold the vibration? Well, what we need to know is that aspect of our soul that is gazing at the glory of God is because in the Christian tradition they talk about Jesus was the begotten of God. What we know is that the Christ or the Atman or the Buddha or the absolute recreation of the fullness of spirit, the fullness of God in every dimension is the gift of God to its self-conscious beings. I am, and I am aware of what I think about. I can think about what I think about, and now I have a choice. I can direct my consciousness to that divine guidance. That's why the Lord's Prayer is, thy will be done in earth as it already is in heaven, meaning asking for that divine guidance to show me how to reach up into the higher order of being, and in fact, how to live from that higher order of being, yes? And that's what we need to be doing in these times when the surface of life, good morning, Loretta, nice to see you this morning, when the surface of life is vibrating so filled with so much fluxation, right? Because then we get battered around by the waves of change. And change is normal, and change is possible, and is also possible to have change be harmonious and to move into a harmonious vision and version of how that will change. What we could say in another way is that there's the ideas brought forth by the forefathers were divine ideas, life and liberty and justice and oneness and freedom and victory and equality and prosperity. And it's taken all of these years, 200 plus years, to get to the place where we're now saying, well, we need to embody those qualities. We need to be the place where life and liberty and equality and justice are all happening. However, in the birth of the only one, the only begotten one, the birth of the fullness, the Logos of God in you and me, it's already in that higher order. And we are the ones who have to be transcendent, reaching up to that higher order and bringing that higher order of being, the law of perfect harmony, that which is perfect, the inspiration of perfect love, as opposed to the inspiration of fear. The inspiration of perfect love, calling forth heaven's first law, as Judge Schroeder called it, the law of harmony. Harmony must exist in the eternal reality because eternal reality is eternal. So nothing can rise up against it and destroy it because it's eternal. So we must rise up into that harmonious vibration, into that place. I mean, I was shopping yesterday, and the butcher was helping me out in the meat and fish department, and I have a hunch that not too many people are always looking him in the eye or always telling him that he's appreciated, and I'm not the only one who does. But thank God, there are people in the outer world who are calling on the greatness within every soul, whether it's the butcher or the car wash attendant, or somebody who helps you get your car, or somebody working in the fast food restaurant, or somebody serving you. We are interconnected, and whoever is in your space is there by a vibrational law. And oh, by the way, we want to thank Judy Knisley. I mentioned last week that quote that is given to Einstein. It turns out it's not Einstein's, because Einstein was searching for the one law, the E equals M law. And since his day, and during his day, even as a physicist, quantum science was being born in the midst of Newtonian science, meaning the building blocks are not made of molecules. The building blocks are made of electrons, and electrons are drawn from potential. And so the statement is true. If you can create in feeling, in your vibrational tone, the idea of the success that you want, as we often say, health, wealth, and success are normal. If you can get those feelings, we use that term visualizing, if you can visualize, but with feeling, the success that you are seeking, what would it look like to walk in the kind of success that you are feeling, to be in the kind of victory that you would like to live as the living Christ, Atman, Buddha, high self? How do I wake up to the glory of my own self-realization? Because the glory of my own self-realization is the glory of the Most High, of God, infinite God, very high, most God, source, creative energy equals everything, energy that is intelligent and eternal and manifesting galaxy upon galaxy and universe upon universe. That same life force is emanating everywhere. Intelligence is everywhere present. The glory is everywhere present. But humanity, through its miscreations and using the law of the circle, that which is coming from me is returning to me, meaning we have freedom to use the law, decided to move into separation, which would be ego separation. I'm different than you, you're different than me, so I'm more important than you. No, each one is equally important in the mind of the one, and each one is given the full potential in the mind of the one. But not each one is listening, following, and serving that full potential to realize the glory of your own life, not only in love and laughter and joy and peace and providence, grace, health, wealth, and success, but in participating as a harmonious being in the awakening of humankind, and therefore the rebirth of the earth and all of the great. Good morning, Lorraine from Canada, Saskatchewan, Canada. Nice to see you this morning. Good morning, Carol from Whittier. We're glad you're all here. And this is the time, in these next few weeks, when the outer world in the United States, and everybody in the world is looking at it. We're not saying the United States is any greater than any other nation. Every nation has its potential to be the place of oneness, liberty, justice, freedom, equality, prosperity, a higher order of being. Every nation has that. But the eyes are on the United States because of our great successes over this last couple of centuries. And we need to know, as the eyes are on the world, that the light workers need to to vibe up, as it were, and hold a steady course, that peace, that these qualities of the one, life, liberty, justice, freedom, victory, equality, prosperity, that these qualities of the one are what begins to move in government, and that we are bringing forth the qualities of the divine into government. That each government of the world has the potential and the possibility to bring the qualities of the divine through the self, through individuals waking up to those qualities, embodying those qualities, and carrying them into the political arena, and into the marketplace, and into social structures, and into education, and into medicine. We are just at the brink of waking up to the way to bring harmonious intelligence, the higher order of being, into the mass consciousness. It happens through light workers like you and me, remembering who I am, not freaking out based in fear and chaos, but calling on that which is the higher order of being. This is the day the Lord, the law of life, has given, and I am rejoiced and glad in it. So it is not whether Einstein said it or not. It is true that we live in a vibrational universe, everything coming from potential, and consciousness being the lead edge of that. You remember we shared that quote from Aaron Schrodinger, who was one of the authors of quantum physics and bringing it into the world. The I that I am, if any, is the one who controls the motion of the atoms. The I that I am is controlling the motion of the atoms, because the field of potential, through the law of the circle, the law of mind, is returning to you what you're bringing. If you're dwelling in fear and doubt, you're experiencing greater fear and doubt. If you're dwelling in peace and poise and asking and seeking and knocking for the higher order of being, you're seeing that higher order of being come into the life. It was so nice yesterday with that butcher to see his energy change. As I said thank you, was of course being having good manners, but beyond good manners, I moved into, I appreciate you, I appreciate your help. Thanks for giving your attention to me in this moment of exchange as I'm actually grocery shopping. And that's a necessary chop wood and carry water for all of us, right? We need to have supplies in our world. And there are people in the chain. Nobody is independent, everybody is interdependent. And the more that we recognize the interdependence of all things, the linkage of all things, the unity of all things, and call that unity into being, the more we will see it in our experience. The more we see it in our field of experience, the more that vibrates out. Okay, down now. The more that vibrates out from us, and our field of experience becomes a beneficial field for everyone who touches into our lives. But it does not happen by simply wishing. It happens through our daily practice. It happens through what we have talked about time and time again. Light workers of the world are light workers for two reasons. One, we are breathing it in. As Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, said, meditation is the purpose for in-breathing spirit. And our spiritual mind treatment, our affirmative prayers, our use of mind through feeling and connection to be able to transcend time and space and draw forth by feeling it, feeling the success coming into our life, feeling the abundance arriving in new ways, getting out of what Mike Dooley calls the disastrous hows. I don't know how peace on earth is going to be revealed, but I know peace is the law of the one, and peace is coming into expression in my life. And because I know it can be in my life, I know it can be in your life. As you draw it into your life, you know it can be in the interconnected reality, interdependent reality of our lives, because no one walks alone, right? So it is so important at this time that you remember to practice your gratitude, that you remember to reach in and up into the highest levels of love, that you remember to be a place of kindness in the world, that you remember to stay out of fear and to keep reaching into that source, up and in. The highest God and the innermost God is one God. To keep reaching up and into that source, to draw peace into your body, to draw peace into your heart, to draw peace into your experience, to draw love, to draw all of these qualities of the divine, what have been called the eternal verities, and I've listed them again. But think of them almost like we were gonging on each one. Oneness, gong. Liberty, gong. Freedom, gong. Justice, gong. To be the place where these qualities of being that you know are what is necessary to bring forth divine governance through humanity into all the governments of the world, into all the leaders of the world, that this sense of aggression to get what I want is no longer serving an awakening world. You and I have to be the place where we reach up and we reach in and we carry the higher vibration. I am the place, if any, that is controlling the motion of the atoms. I am the place. I have already been given that consciousness, and now I am reaching up to the glory of the Most High to see what that glory is as me. I'm asking and seeking and knocking as my own high self is gazing at the glory. What do you see? What are you opening to? What are you bringing forth? What are you offering in your day-to-day walk in life as transformative in the human condition, when you have the awareness that you are one with the one, that you have a right to draw on all of the qualities of the divine that are life-giving and life-enhancing and use them as actual transformative power in your world. Health, wealth, love, and success are normal, and the glory of the self being realized is your divine right. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We'll be back next week as we continue to be the light holders, the peace holders, the light giving. Who you are is something important. What you have awakened to in your own awareness is hugely important. Carrying it into your daily life and out into the world around you this is the time for the light workers to crank it up, to be the place where light is happening in the world, in you, as you, and through you. So if you found anything valuable in our time together today, all we ask is that you share the video. Use everything you've learned about technology wherever you are in that turn and share it. Share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn. If you're a TikToker, TikTok it out. If you're a Facebooker, if you're whatever mechanisms you're using, see if you can share the video. And we're going to get more and more light workers to tune on and to turn up the light in this time of huge transformation and important steps happening in and through and as each of us. Until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Casper. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Casper. Bye for now.